We're here in the heart of Auckland for the next step in our biggest, newest, richest race. Just downstairs, the 14 slot holders are about to learn their fates from the gates. Welcome to Trackside's coverage of the NZB Kiwi Barrier Draw.
Pivotal 10, way too good.
Checkmate, that's impressive. The filly ranged up, Damask Rose will take out the 3-year-old.
But it's Evaporate, 100 metres to go.
Zormella in front, it's clear, and going clear too. Zormella will win it.
A very good evening to you and welcome in to the NZB Kiwi Barrier Draw live from the Hilton Hotel here in Auckland. It's going to be a critical night for what is shaping as an enormous day, of course, Champions Day, the inaugural day of Champions Day at Ellerslie on Saturday. We have a team covering all the bases for the next hour here on Trackside, and alongside me is one of the best analysts in the game, and Bruce Sherwin. Very good evening to you, Bruce. How much can this draw impact this sort of race?
Evening all, what a journey it's been. I don't think the race is won or lost tonight with the barrier draws. It's a great start, the 1500 metres start at Ellerslie with a really good run to the first bend, but it will be critical to speed maps and the race planning and ultimately the outcome of the race.
Alrighty, well, our first member of the team that we can join up with is Jane Ivell, who's going to be milling around the room, linking up with all the key players for analysis and reaction to this barrier draw.
Guy and Bruce, it's a pleasure to be part of this evening. Of course, the inaugural barrier draw for the New Zealand bloodstock Kiwi, and as you can see behind me, the crowd is really building inside here at the Hilton. What a wonderful location for what is going to be a terrific night. I'm really looking forward to catching up with connections and getting in amongst it tonight. I think I've got the best job down here mingling. I might even have a champagne or two as the night progresses.
Thank you very much for that, Jane. We will come to you throughout the evening. Bruce, you were there in October 2023, in Sydney, when this was all dreamt up. How does it feel now from where we've come from to where we are now, with this race now only days away?
Amazing, isn't it? The genesis in a meeting room in Sydney back in October 2023 between Entain and NZTR, the NZB Kiwi race and the Champions Race Day. The work that has brought this race to life, the slot holder auction back in February, the moving pieces, it's been the slot holder selection even in the last 24 hours, and we are going to have the Southern Hemisphere's richest 3-year-old race staged at Ellerslie in a few days' time.
Yeah, it's very exciting, that is for sure. Alrighty, the other two who are part of our team tonight are two who have pretty critical roles, and that is our very own Emily Murphy, who is joined by Andrew Gordy. Evening to you two.
Yes, Guy, a big hello to you too. Great to be part of the action this evening. Andrew and I are going to be hosting this evening's proceedings. And Andrew, it's a pretty unique concept, this barrier draw. I'm really looking forward to it.
It is unique and uniquely Kiwi, you've got to say, Emily. It's going to be very exciting here tonight, being such a long build-up, such a long wait to get ready for this, but such an exciting night for everyone involved in the industry, all of our slot holders here tonight. How it's going to work tonight is we're going to have a representative from the Racing Integrity Board here. They will draw the slots for us. Then a slot holder representative will come forward and select one of these golden eggs behind us. They'll bring that up to the plinth here, and then it's up to grabbing the hammer, which I've grabbed terribly, I've got to say, and give this a big old smash, and that's how we'll reveal each of the barriers for each of our runners here tonight. And I'm told you've got to use this end, apparently, Emily.
Okay.
This end, not this end, okay?
Great info. All of that's going to be unfolding on the programme this evening. We're really looking forward to it. Plenty of theatrics here in Auckland.
Yeah, theatrics is right. I'm really looking forward to seeing how you go with breaking those eggs, you two. Good luck to you with that envious task that you do have. Bruce, as we look at it right now, before the draw, what stands out for you in this field? Who stands out for you in this field the most?
Well, it's a terrific collection of 3-year-olds, isn't it? We've got Caulfield Guineas Place Getters and a horse who was competitive against Mr. Brightside in the Futurity. Genuine weight for age Group 1 form, so he is the horse they all have to beat. the influence of this South Island filly. She looks the leader in the race. I prefer my leaders jumping from wider gates, so if she doesn't get away quite as quickly, there's no traffic early. So she maps to lead the race, but let's see where the pieces land.
Yeah, that's Pivotal 10, and obviously Cambridge Stud has bought a 50% share in her this week, so she will be racing in those Cambridge Stud colours. Well, one man who will have a pretty big night, I suspect, on Saturday, because he is in part ownership of one of the key runners. That is Cameron Roger, who is in the ownership of Damask Rose. Jane caught up with him.
Cam, a pleasure to have you joining me tonight. It's a wonderful occasion, and I just want to start on the fact that I know you were involved in this right from its early conception, New Zealand Bloodstock Kiwi. What's it been like only 4 days away from the race, watching it all evolve?
Yeah, it's been incredible to watch it play out, I guess. People might have seen the interview with Cam George and Lockie about, the meeting in Sydney where we kind of came up with the idea, and it felt so far away. It was something that we thought was really important for the ecosystem, a big race that could bring the public in and become a bit of a pinnacle entertainment factor for the country. And, it felt a million miles away, and to think that it's here now is really exciting.
You're wearing two hats tonight, of course, representing the TAV with Evaporate, who's one of the leading contenders for the race. What's the feedback been from the stable regarding tonight? How would they like it to go?
In terms of barrier draw, they're pretty relaxed, so maybe not wanting to jinx it, but anywhere sort of in the middle of the pack will be fine is the message there. And yeah, he's worked a treat since he's been over here, so everything's ticking along really well in that regard, yeah.
And of course you have a very small ownership share in Damask Rose. Tell me, are the team pretty happy with her coming into tonight?
Yeah, they're thrilled, and the story with Damask is I took a futures bet for 100 to 1 when we first took a share in her when the market first came out as a joke, and it's since been converted into a syndicate bet now all of a sudden. So, all the team...
You've got to share it now.
Yeah, I've got to share it apparently. So all the team are really excited about that. But she's been an absolutely awesome ride for us. The team at Te Aka have done such an amazing job with her, and this race was always kind of on the horizon for her, and they took their time and were really patient with her. So yeah, we're hoping that she can run well.
Just interested to know, you put your hand up to do the barrier draw for Damask Rose for the Karaka Million 3-year-old. I see your name's not up there tonight to be doing the drawing. What happened there? Yeah,
I've been put out to pasture after drawing the outside barrier. So good luck to the man or woman who's doing it tonight, because they can't get much worse than what I did last time.
Well, best of luck. Hopefully it all goes well.
Thanks, Jane. Appreciate it.
Well, even if they do get a bad barrier draw for Damask Rose, she's probably good enough to overcome it. Now, just before we get to the market, we have some breaking news to bring you here from the barrier draw, and it has just been confirmed by NZTR Chairman Russell Warwick that the winner of the inaugural running of the NZB Kiwi will get a free ticket to the $10 million Golden Eagle. Bruce, how significant is that for the race?
How special is it? Yeah. A 1,500 metre race, so it's got a perfect synergy with this race that we're running on Saturday, and a $10 million prize.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good, all right. Let's take a look at the market then before we get to this barrier draw. And as it stands at the moment, the Lindsay Park Racing Hayes Brothers trained Evaporate stands at the top at $2.80 ahead of one of the other Aussie trained runners in public attention here, Bruce, and Damask Rose, the only other runner there in single figures.
Yeah, and Perfumist as well, another. So 3 Australians running in the race. Great setup this race with good tempo. Checkmate was so brilliant in a strongly run race when winning back in January. Sathito's a multiple black type winner. Penman was an interesting dynamic in the race. He's coming via a different pathway out of benchmark racing, but his figures are outstanding. He's probably better than a 14 to 1 chance. Adalio's also been very good. There's quality from top to bottom, and the Evaporate bringing this weight for age Group 1 form from Australia, hitting the market at $2.80.
You can see there a horse by the name of Zormella. Now, what a situation that's been in just the past 36 hours or so. Dealt with, obviously ruled out of the race. Zormella comes in.
I pegged her as my maiden to follow out of last week. It's Sunday week, last Sunday at Pukekohe. She ran terrific figures, closing figures. She came home only marginally slower than the best 1,200 metre race on the day. Always been a bit of hype about this filly, unbeaten at barrier trials, didn't handle the track on debut, but she was terrific. Massive jump in class. She's a black type horse in time. It's just whether this is coming a touch soon.
Yes, and then you can see in the next page there, First Dance and Domain Ace, the outsiders in the field. Bruce, there's a big element to this race, and that is, of course, Ellerslie. How much does that factor in, do you think, to determine the winner of this race? Horses that, A, have been to Ellerslie before, horses that have had success there as well, compared to horses who are either coming to Australia or Kiwi horses, or Kiwi trained horses, I should say, who have not yet raced at Ellerslie?
It's a recurring theme with the great trainers over the years. They say experience at Ellerslie is critical. The undulation of the track, the ups and downs, the swooping into the straight, the running uphill in the home straight. So there's a few different thought patterns go into that race. So experience at Ellerslie is critical. So that gives a little home advantage to the Kiwis. And we've also got the South Island filly in Pivotal 10 with that big journey up from the bottom of the South Island. She ran good enough figures to win 1,000 guineas last time. She can bring that form to Ellerslie, but it is such a big ask.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it is such a very, very good race. We talked about Evaporate. What about Public Attention, who comes here with pretty good form as well?
He did. He won the X-Prince first up. He was fifth in a Caulfield Guineas, not far inferior to Evaporate. There's not a whole lot between them out of that spring form. And Chase Tone Broadsiding, who's arguably the best three-year-old in Australasia last time.
I also just want to touch on Pivotal 10, and you talked about her before. How do you think she stacks? It's such a great story. Everything around it in terms of Sam Wynn, in terms of the South Island factor. People wanted her in the race for a long time. She wasn't in the race. Now she is. Where do you think she sits in and amongst this field right now?
It's a fairy tale story, isn't it? Emerging out of those South Island Guineas races, but her numbers are bang on. As I said, if she had run a figure like that in 1,000 guineas, she would have been winning 1,000 guineas. That's how good I think she is, but whether she can bring it after the long journey, her first look right-handed at Ellerslie, I'm not sure, but there's no doubting her quality. The intriguing part for me will be Sam Wynn. Last time when she won on her, she led at good tempo. Does she apply the same tactics here over 1,500 metres? There's a few moving parts.
Yeah, there really are a few moving parts, and one of the biggest moving parts is, of course, the barrier draw for the inaugural running of the NZB Kiwi. And I believe we can get you downstairs very shortly anyway to join Emily and Andrew as we are about to crack the golden eggs. It's a great way of doing it, isn't it? We've seen what they've done with the Everest in terms of circus acts and all that sort of stuff. Well, we've got golden eggs for you. I believe they're ostrich eggs. Would you believe it, Bruce?
It's about putting on a show and making this a special event, and I think they've done a great job, and let's hope it goes well. Yeah,
they have done an excellent job, that is for sure. As we look at some of those eggs at the moment, we can get you right inside there right now for the NZB Kiwi Barrier Draw.
Represented by Sought After, which of course was the first runner confirmed in this race. And Butch Castles, the CEO of Waikato Thoroughbred Racing, will be coming forward to select the egg. Sought after a great chance in this race, Emily?
Certainly is a great chance. Has been racing really well of late, and Butch has been tasked with the very important job this evening.
Never mind the mess.
I feel like Butch has got a bit of strength. I feel like he'll be good for this.
All right, Butch, let's see what you've got. Taking the round end, he's taking the advice. There you go. That's a great send. All right. Which will the barrier be for Sought After?
Very popular.
Very popular. Barrier number 4 for Sought After and Waikato Star.
You just stand back there. Yeah. And I'll interview you. But you were given a pretty important job this evening, and as you just said, I think Connections will be pretty happy with that.
Oh, they'll be delighted. Yeah, I saw Mark this morning. For the other string to our bow, I did a shout at Wexford Stable this morning. I said to Scotty, what would the staff like? He said pies. So I was a bit of an expert in that field, and managed to find a nice pie shop and took some pies. Mark was unable to get here this evening, so he trusted me with the job, and on the strength of that, he might trust me with more in the future.
He just might. Waikato Stud are well represented, aren't they? I'm sure Mark and the team are really excited for the weekend.
Look, when the opportunity came up for them to step in and take the slot that became available, they were... I'll never forget actually ringing Mark, and I think it was about an hour before they closed, and I said, have you put your bid in? And no, I said, well, come on, have a go. Why not? We need New Zealand's preeminent stud to be involved. So I was delighted when they made that decision to do that, because I think it's so important that everyone embraces this. It's just such a wonderful initiative, a wonderful day upcoming. And look, Mark was the first to name, so number 1 slot, first to name, first to draw a barrier. Hope he runs second on Saturday.
I think you've done a good job picking the draw. Well done.
Wonderful stuff. All right, thank you, Butch. John, who is our next slot holder to come forward and select their egg? It is slot number 5, Te Akau Racing, of course represented by Damask Rose, and I believe we have Julia Rose Ellis, and possibly even Sam Burgesson here this evening. Great to have you here as well. Sam, of course, Emily, Damask Rose was such an impressive winner of the Kanaka Millions 3-year-old only in January, late January, of course.
Yeah, you genuinely just pick any egg you want.
This is... David and Karen are going to be paying very close attention to this broadcast, Julia Rose. There you go. Which one?
Anyone, yeah.
Anyone. Make sure you pick one. Anyone will do. You pick
anyone.
That one. There you go. Bring it on forward. It's super stressful. This will be the best part, though. This will be the best part, absolutely. Don't forget to use the rounded end of the hammer. Oh. Well, that'll do it. I'll hop down and get that for you. There you go. You can tell us which
barrier
is the barrier for Damask Rose. It'll be barrier number 8 for Damask Rose and Te Akau Racing. Well done, JR.
What do we think of the barrier, Sam? What's the first reaction?
I think, it's sort of middling. It's sort of hard to be disappointed, but then you would have loved to draw it, I suppose, a little bit inside that, being this early. But look, we think she's capable of winning from there. She's in good form, so fingers crossed we can have a bit of luck on Saturday.
At Te Akau Racing, syndication is obviously the name of the game. How exciting is it for the syndicate in Damask Rose to be heading into Saturday?
Oh, for sure. There's some of them are first-time owners who are just living the dream. Some really good clients that have been with, Dave and Karen for a long time. So, we're at the Taupo races there, and one guy had his first horse, and he just can't believe, the ride he's on. And I suppose that's the beauty of syndication, and very lucky to be working with a horse like her, and hopefully for them that the dream can live on, and we can hopefully have a bit of luck and get a result on Saturday.
You mentioned the Taupo races. She trialled, of course, at Taupo during the week. What was the feedback post that? Yeah,
Grillsy rode her. He was very pleased. She seemed to have pulled up well. Her work this morning was super. We think the preparation we've given her is the right profile for her, hopefully. We think she's 100% and we can't get her any better, so fingers crossed.
Well done. Good luck for Saturday.
Awesome, thank you.
Great stuff. Thank you, team. All right, John, who's next for us? It is number 10, an Auckland Thoroughbred Racing, of course, will be represented by Hanky Alpha on Saturday, and I believe the CEO walking towards me with the Hanky Alpha hat on is Paul Wilcox. Paul, you choose your barrier for us, please.
He's a man on a mission. He looks like he knows which one he wanted.
He knew exactly which one he was going to go for.
Whoa, very decisive.
He didn't mess around.
It didn't mess around at all.
And it will be...
Ooh.
Barrier number... I think it might be barrier number 6 for Hanky Alpha and Auckland Thoroughbred Racing. I'll take care of that for you. Oh, you hang on to it. There you go.
Paul, got the Hanky Alpha hat on?
Yep.
It's not just a big week for Hanky Alpha, it's a big week for the Auckland Thoroughbred Racing Club. Tell me about the prep in the build-up to Saturday.
Look, the teams, respectfully, it's another race day. All the eyes of not only New Zealand industry but the world are looking, and with the world pool, but you can't get caught up in the moment, so you've just got to go through your process. A lot of people have said when we had a few issues with the track, which I admit wasn't a great time, it was trust the process, and we did. We're now in a different position, and probably plenty of these people were trying to hang me about 18 months ago, but now they want to be my mate. So, look, it's like anything in life. You get dealt your cards, and you've got to make good with what you've got. So it's an exciting day. Look, NZB, NZTR, Entain, particularly Cam and Locke, awesome to work with, and it's an opportunity to really showcase the New Zealand industry.
Tell us about Hanky Alpha and why you think this is the horse that can win the NZB Kiwi.
We love her, and she's special to us at a club because it'd be rude not to mention Brian and Dee Black and Jenny. big supporters of the club through Manco Engineering and what they do for the Manco Easter. We've had a great association with Brian, had some very tough conversations, but it was the easiest negotiation. He knew what he wanted, we knew what we wanted. Look, Lani and Scotty have supported us through the reintroduction of racing back at Ellerslie after a couple of issues we had, and so it's a great little team, and they've been very supportive. They've taken our members on an awesome journey, which I think's integral part of this whole piece, and we're looking forward to it. We think she's got plenty of upside. Scotty's been giving us the updates at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I reckon she's got a chance.
Paul, good luck to you and the team. Bring on Saturday.
Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul, you've done a fair bit of damage here, actually. He's actually broken the plinth, not just the egg. So you gave it a really good send there, Paul. Don't worry, we have got an emergency one on standby for us. But anyway, John, who's next for us? Number 8, the King's Men, of course, represented by Ardalio. This is one heck of a group, I've got to say, Emily. They're the fun group, that is for sure. And Ardalio will be represented by Kerry Cox on behalf of Lib Britannia and JML Bloodstock. If you could come forward for us, Kerry. Ardalio, of course, such an impressive winner on Karaka Millions nights in the Almansor Trophy.
Really launched onto the scene, didn't it, with that victory? And then, of course, met the older horses at a last start at Mutter and closed off well. The left-hand side of the room's got a lot of love.
Yeah, exactly. A strong preference for which side of the track we're running. There we go. Taking some of the egg with you as well. Great job. All right. Which will be the barrier for Ardalio come Saturday night? It will be barrier number 11 for Ardalio and the King's Men.
Kerry, well done. Done the hard part, the cracking of the egg. Just talk to me about what this means to Lib and the team to have a runner in the NZB Kiwi.
Yeah, it's really special to us. Ardalio, she's not a very big filly. She's got a big ticker though, a big motor, plenty of attitude, which I think you need. Look, she's a filly that we kept because, to be quite honest, she was not very big and she wouldn't have been worth enough in the sales ring. So we decided to hang on to her because she was a really lovely type. And she's rewarded us. She's only lightly raced, but I think, when we saw her first start at Matamata and how she came home, it was really impressive. So we're just grateful to the Kingsmen and the team there to take her on board, and we hope she runs really well for you.
Talk to me about what she's been doing of late, because she's been pretty impressive, hasn't she, in her recent starts?
Yeah, she has. I think it wasn't ideal, her last start, but I think the timing was Stephen's thoughts there, going up against the older mares, but I think she was 2 lengths off the winner and coming home really nice. So she copped a few little niggles in that race, a few bumps, she probably gave a few too. But she's tough, and Stephen reports that she's really well. So hope she can put her best foot forward for us on the weekend.
Kerry, best of luck to you. JML Bloodstock, of course, Elsdon Park, and the Kingsmen all involved, Stephen Marsh team too.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wonderful stuff. Thanks so much, Kerry. All right, we'll just tidy things up just a fraction here. We're not too worried about the mess, are we, Emily?
Surely
not.
not.
Too worried. All right, John, who's next for us? Lot 4, slot number 4, Barneswood Farm, Darren Brady and Daniel Narkley, of course, will be represented by Penman, a horse that has taken sort of a path less travelled, I suppose, on the road to the NZB Kiwi, hasn't it?
I guess you could say brings the most unknown form line into the race. Of course, beat the older horses at a last start at Ellerslie and was super impressive. But in terms of meeting other 3-year-olds, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Daniel
Narkley is here to pick an egg.
No, I was up.
Okay.
Well, you're up. It sounds like you're up.
Would
you like to select an egg for us, Daniel? He's going the other side. I like this. He's going to be bold. It's a bold strategy here this evening. Lovely stuff. All right. You can do the honours for us. No. We'll try again. There we go. All right. Which will be the barrier for Penman come Saturday. It is barrier number 13. Hopefully lucky for you come Saturday. Barrier 13 for Penman and Barneswood, Brady and Narkley.
Daniel, you bring a horse who doesn't have the traditional form into the race, going through that 3-year-old company, but gosh, been super impressive in what this horse has been doing.
Yeah, he's had a lovely turn of foot. He's come through that last run really, really well, according to Stephen, and that's it. I suppose we're 4 down, 4 days and counting.
What's it been like, the build-up, and how did the selection process go in terms of the horse that you wanted?
We were not hitting the panic button at all. You know, things can change really rapidly, as we've seen with the makeup of this field over the last few weeks. So we just thought we'd bide our time, smoke our pipe, and when the right one came up, we'd have a crack. And the Go Racing team, Stephen Marsh, were really wonderful to deal with, and fingers crossed we can go pretty close on Saturday.
Daniel, we know your involvement in New Zealand racing and how important it is. What do you make of the NZB Kiwi concept, and how excited are you for Saturday?
Oh, the concept is fantastic. It is a truly international race. We've seen that with 3 horses coming in over from Aussie. It's a real melting pot of form as well, with Pivotal 10 coming up from the South Island. So it's going to be one hell of a race, and that in itself makes it really, really exciting.
Daniel, good luck, and best of luck to the team from the draw.
Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you, Daniel Narkley. All right. Things are getting a bit hairy over here, aren't they? I mean, we're
do
just
you want to call up the other plinth?
Do we need to call in the substitute plinth? Yeah, I think we're going to call it.
Some good.
I don't know. Can we pull it off? We might just have to put it on the side. We're making things up as we go here, but that's live television for you. That's how it goes. You can choose one of the plinths if you like. There you go. John, can you tell us who's our next slot holder? It is slot number 12, Race Inc., of course, represented by Perfumist, such a star performer over in Sydney. 4 wins in a row for the red-hot Björn Baker Racing stable. And, of course, Race Inc. will be represented by Phil Cataldo, I believe, is coming forward to select the barrier for Race Inc. And Perfumist, such a wonderful thing to have OTI Racing involved in this race as well, Emily.
It is. Great supporters of New Zealand racing, and of course the record that Perfumist brings speaks for itself. We'll get you to pick an egg, Phil.
Pick an egg for us first, Phil. You can go left or right.
In the draw.
You're really going to have to go several lengths wide to grab one from out there. All right. You can choose which plinth you go for. I think that one might still have the most stability, so give it a go. Well, that certainly put paid to the other plinth. That's okay. That's okay. There we go.
Hey.
All right, there you go. So grab the black there. That's for you, and you can tell us which barrier the Perfumist will be jumping from come Saturday. It is barrier number 2 for Perfumist and Race Inc.
I'd say, Phil, you're pretty chuffed with that barrier. That gives you plenty of options.
I spoke to Terry yesterday, and he said anything between 2 and 4 would be ideal. So. We're halfway there, Terry.
Yeah, you've nailed the brief. Tell me about Perfumist and how you think she's going to handle Saturday.
We bought her at the Ready to Run in conjunction with Clark Bloodstock. She's got a good horse's record, 10 starts, 5 wins, 3 seconds. She's won on a Saturday at Randwick and Rosehill against the older horses by decent margins. She's run time. She's the 3rd highest rated horse in the race. She's 4th favourite with Checkmate, who is a massive chance in my opinion. Very proud to be representing OTI and great to be in. We're actually bidding on trying to buy a slot at the auction, and we just came up a little bit short, so to get a runner in the race is outstanding. Yeah, big thrill.
I know she arrived in New Zealand, what was it, yesterday, Sunday night I think it was. How has she settled in? What's been the feedback?
Good, yeah, I saw her at the track this morning. She's at Mickey and Lauren Brennan's, and she ate up last night. Lauren rode her this morning, said she felt great. So, I think from barrier 2, hopefully Pivotal 10 leads and we're right on her back.
What does it mean for OTI Racing to be with us on Saturday in New Zealand?
Well, they're huge supporters, not only in New Zealand and especially Australia, but worldwide, really. Such a professional organisation. Their social media and the way they keep their owners informed is outstanding. They have over 200 horses in training worldwide, so they're a huge operation, and as I say, just an absolute pleasure to work in conjunction with them. And of course we've got Golden Century running in the Derby as well, so fingers crossed it's a big day.
Yep, could be a big day. Good luck to you and the OTI team.
Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. Thanks so much, Phil. Appreciate that very much. All right, more clean-up required here. Let's get some of this out the way, shall we? Nothing wrong with that. All right, who's next for us, John? Number 14, Selangor Turf Club, of course, represented by Pivotal 10, one of the stories of the NZB Kiwi, the star of the South. Great to have Selangor Turf Club here with us. And, of course, trainer Samantha Wynne, trainer and jockey Samantha Wynne. Now, which one of you three would like to pick the egg for us, first of all?
Who's going to do the honours? Okay.
Yes, all right. Go and grab one of the eggs for us. It sounds like Phil Cataldo would love for you guys to draw barrier 1. Let's see how we go. All right, would you like to do the honours, sir? Who's going to do the hammer?
Sam's going to.
That might be your job, Samantha. All right. There we go. All right, there you go. I'll take the hammer for you. You tell us which will be the barrier for Pivotal 10. Barrier 12 for Pivotal 10 and the Selangor Turf Club.
We'll grab a quick word from you guys before you head down. When did you first decide to get involved in the NZB Kiwi?
Right, I'm going to hold the mic because you've been holding it for so long. You got your hands pretty tight. Okay, first of all, on behalf of Selangor Turf Club, I would like to express a very big, sincere thank you to NZB for making this possible. I would like to thank Captain Tan as well as Mike Kneebone, who has contributed so much for us to be getting this slot. We are very appreciative because on the last day of the sale, we bidded for the slot and we were able to get it. And that was the beginning of the event. We were very happy because part of it was charity. So we were very excited coming from Selangor to be part of a very big program like this. And coupled with that, we've got Pivotal 10, which is a brilliant horse, and also most probably the Irish Luck as well.
Definitely got that. I think you've got the whole South Island behind you as well.
That was the whole idea. That was the whole idea. We wanted to go away from Auckland, so we went to South Island. I'll pass it to Samantha to say a couple of words.
And Sam, for you, this must be incredible, just an incredible journey. What's it been like since you got the phone call to say, would you like a slot in the NZB Kiwi?
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. I can't believe that we're actually up here now taking part in such a huge event. I'm very grateful to be here and hopefully we can get a bit of luck on the day, but just delighted to get the opportunity, you know. I'm not too worried about the draw. I think she has the brilliance to overcome it, but look, we're going to need a lot of luck, but we're taking part and that's all that matters, so hopefully she comes home safe.
Before we let you go, when did she get up here? Is she up here already? And how has she travelled and settled in?
Yeah, she's travelled amazing. She got to Lance Noble's last night and she's so lucky to stable there for the week. I'm glad she gets to experience that lifestyle, you know, but she's loving it. She's taking it all in her stride. So, yeah, no, we're just grateful. And look, her health and happiness means everything to me and she seems in great order, so bring it on.
Sam, best of luck to you and to the Selangor Turf Club. Well done and good luck. Thank you.
Great stuff. Got to say, it's been a wonderful story, Pivotal 10. I think Samantha's probably done more interviews than the Prime Minister over the last couple of weeks. It's a wonderful story, and we look forward to seeing how it all unfolds for Pivotal 10 come Saturday. John, who's next for us? It is slot number 9, Cambridge Stud, who will be represented, of course, by First Dance. And in case you didn't know as well, of course, Cambridge Stud have also have their colours on Pivotal 10 come Saturday as well. Brendan and Joe Lindsay are here tonight to pick their egg. Who's going to pick the egg? Joe, this is your responsibility. All right.
Excellent choice. Very, no pun intended.
Am I handing the hammer to you as well, Joe? Is that going to be your task?
Sorry?
Are you going to do the honours with the hammer as well? I know, it is getting messy up here, but that's okay. That's okay. There you go. All right.
Okay.
All the very best. All the very best. There we go. All right.
Good job.
Your black piece of paper there, that'll tell us everything. I'll hold the hammer for you if you like. And it will be... It'll be barrier number 1, the First Dance and Cambridge Stud.
I think Joe's nailed the barrier. That's a pretty good start.
Well done. Well done, Dal.
You've nailed that. That's good.
Oh, I have. I'm so surprised. We never, ever get a gate like this. This is great.
A very good start.
Great start.
Tell me, how has First Dance been since that last run, and what's the feedback from Lance?
Lance is pretty happy. She's not in the money, she's not a fancied runner, and she's going to be up against it, we know that. But we've got a great deal of confidence because this has been her goal for the whole season, and we're going to have an opportunity to have our colours running down the track from Barrier 1, and what an exciting thing.
Whilst we've got you up here, obviously involved in Pivotal 10 as well, which is super exciting as well. Just talk to me about that, and great to see Selangor Turf Club here as well, along with Sam Wynn.
Oh, well, I just think it's just so exciting to have the two horses, in the race. But Pivotal 10 especially, coming up from the South Island. And thank you very much from the guys down there. No, we're just looking so forward to it. So I don't know what we.
Oh look, Joe and I want to thank Colin Whiteman for selling us half of the horse, but Sam, as everybody knows, had a terrible accident a few years ago, nearly gave up the game. She's training horses, and Colin Whiteman's actually supported her with a number of horses in the stable, and here's a young lady that's got a heart bigger than a lion, and we feel very honoured to be part of her journey with her as well.
Brendan, your colours have had huge success at Ellerslie previously. Wish you the best of luck to both of you on Saturday. Well done.
Thank you, Brendan. Joe Lindsay, everyone. Well done. Well done. There you go. All right, how many have we got to go? We've got 6 slots to go. John, who's the next one for us? It is number 13, Waikato Thoroughbred Racing, of course, represented by Sethito, and this is a true blue Waikato representation, of course, wearing the Waikato stud colours, trained by Lance O'Sullivan and Andrew Scott, and we've got Bruce Harvey and Butch Castles for a second time again, being part
Butch
of
wants another go at
absolutely
smashing the egg.
Give it another hoon. Oh, you want to smash the egg this time? Good stuff. No, fair enough. Tidy the floor. Don't worry about that.
Make a bit of space.
We'll fix that up for you afterwards. No trouble. No trouble. All right. Good luck, Bruce. Here we go. All right. And it will be barrier number 7. Lucky 7 for Sethito and Waikato Thoroughbred Racing.
Well, all you can do is win, and you've got a filly who won the dress rehearsal. That's a pretty good start, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and we're very pleased to be partnering with Gary and Mary Chittick. You're halfway there when you got the WS brand on a horse, and we employed a form analyst very early in the piece, Gary Cossey, and he identified her earlier on. So we were pleased, thanks to Butch's negotiation with Gary, and we're very pleased and honoured to be part of it and this wonderful concept. We're looking forward to it.
What would it mean for Waikato Thoroughbred Racing to take home the big prize on Saturday?
Well, financially it'd be very good, but it's just wonderful to be a part of it, to be part of probably one of the greatest days racing in New Zealand for all my time in racing, and for this race to be on the world stage, on the world pool, and at Ellerslie, this wonderful new track. It's so exciting, and I know from WTR's point of view, you really feel like you've got ownership in this horse. So we bring it on. We're excited, and I think 7. I said to Butch, when you choose it, get the first one there on the right, and Joe got that. So we're happy with 7.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thanks very much.
Bruce Harvey and Butch Castles, everyone. All right. We're getting down to the wire here. John, who's next for us? Slot number 2, Kerry Spence Bloodstock and Clotworthy Racing. And here they come, both. Oh, it's going to be Kerry Spence and Sean are both coming up. Of course, they'll be represented by Zormella. It's been a late inclusion in this race, of course, for Roger James and Robert Wellwood. Sean's going to be choosing the egg for us. Absolutely, she wants to hit this egg.
Please don't.
On the head. On the head. All right. Kerry, what have you got for us? There you go. That is a proper Dunedin swing if ever I've seen one. Absolutely. All right. Which barrier will it be? It will be barrier number... Barrier number 5. Zormella, Kerry Spence and Clotworthy Racing.
I think, Kerry, we can tell, and Sean, from the reaction in the room, that was most definitely what you were hoping for, a nice low draw.
Yeah, I had a little text message from Robert, and he said, don't bother turning up at the races unless it's between 3 and 6. So thank goodness we go to the races, yeah.
You've had a bit of a turbulent week, haven't you? Because obviously Dealt With was your horse. You've switched to Zormella, but great that you can still be with the James Wellwood team.
Yeah, that's right. We had an association with them from the beginning with Dealt With. He looked like a really promising horse, but unfortunately he's just not going to make it on Saturday. So we've got Zormella, and there was a little bit of talk about whether we should be going for some other horses, but we thought that she was probably progressive, and her last one was impressive. And according to the message we got from Robert and Roger this morning, that she's worked well this morning and progressed again. So, yeah, we're happy with it. And, yeah.
You've got the draw, the horse is working well. That's all you can ask for. Good luck.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. There we go, Kerry Spence and Sean Clotworthy. And I have no doubt that this slot's going to be making a lot of noise come Saturday. It's great to see. Great to see. All right, good luck to the team. John, who's next for us? Slot number 3, Wexford Stables, represented, of course, by Checkmate. And this is one of 4 runners for Lance O'Sullivan and Andrew Scott. And I believe Andrew Scott is coming up for us.
Fingers crossed. Who's going to smash the egg?
Sarah's going to smash
Awesome.
the egg. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Good. All right, all the very best. 2 goes. All right. And it will be barrier number 3 for Checkmates.
Nice draw.
And Wexford Stables. The trainer's happy about that, is he not?
Looks like you might get a ride home tonight. You've done well. You've done well. I guess we can start on a personal note, because what's it been like living with a man who's got 4 contenders in a $3.5 million race?
Oh, living with someone with 4 contenders, you don't have to do a lot of living with them. they're always there doing what they do to get those 4 ready for the races. So it's been pretty easy, actually.
What's it been like for the team at home? Because obviously there's a lot of people behind the scenes. How's the excitement been building up to Saturday?
Look, Emily, it's been a massive team effort. Look, this has been 12 months in the making, and to think 12 months ago we're going to have 4 horses in the race, well, we were just, hoping and dreaming it would be one of our own horses out of Wexford, and to have 4 horses in the race and 4 horses with live chances and 4 horses that look like they've drawn pretty well. It's just been a massive build-up, and everyone's bought into it, and all the slot holders have been so accommodating and getting on board with us, and it's just a really massive thank you on behalf of Team Wexford to NZB, New Zealand Thoroughbred Racing, Intane, everyone putting this huge thing together. It's just been so exciting to be a part of it. So, Lance and myself, we're all pretty happy at Wexford, so hopefully it goes well on Saturday.
Yeah, best of luck with that, and good luck to the team.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew Scott. The last thing we need is you falling off the back of the stage and breaking your ankle before Saturday, Scotty. All right, we have 1, 2, 3 to go. Who's next for us, John? Slot number 11, Canterbury Jockey Club, represented by Domain Ace, who, of course, was a 3rd place getter in the 2000 Guineas back in November. This was, of course, part of the initiative from the Canterbury Jockey Club to give priority to their winners of their 2 Group 1 races. Whereabouts? Which way are you going to go, sir? There we go. And we've got Lee Gurney here.
The last remaining egg on the right-hand
side. Didn't that change quickly? There was a big favouring over to this side. There you go. Come on up, sir. Come on up. All right, folks. We're just about towards the finish line here. Don't worry about that. There you go. We'll hold it in place. Do you want me to hold it for you? Yeah. There you go. All right.
Hey.
I don't need my thumb anyway. There you go. There you go. All right. Crikey, where did your barrier go?
Down here.
That's a good Canterbury swing if I've ever seen one, sir. All right. Which barrier will it be for Domain Ace? It will be barrier number 9 for Domain Ace and the Canterbury Jockey Club and Team Rogerson.
Congratulations. You've got your draw. Tell me about how Domain Ace is heading into the big one on Saturday.
We've kept them very quiet. Not a lot of advertising, so we've kept them in wraps, and just look out.
You're bringing a really consistent horse to the races, aren't you? He's been performing really well in 3-year-old company of late.
Yes, he has, and I'd like to thank the Canterbury Jockey Club for the slot. And Rogie said to me, make sure you get a bloody good draw. So I'm halfway.
Will he be happy, do you think?
I think so. He better.
No choice. Good luck on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we have two to go, and they're both over this side, so you don't even need to wander over this side. John, who's next for us, it is slot number 6, and Aussie Care, who of course will be represented by Public Attention and those iconic Coolmore silks. And Victoria Vella is here to select the egg for us. Of course, Sir Peter Vella is part of the ownership of Public Attention. And crunch, 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 go the heels. All right, good luck, Victoria. Here we go. Oh, barrier on the floor. What can it be? Only 2 to go. It's barrier 14 for Public Attention and Aussie Care.
Public Attention is going to have to do it the hard way, but that's okay because he brings really good form to the race. Tell me about the discussions that went on between Coolmore and, of course, the slot holders and how it all unfolded.
Beyond my capacity. Obviously, Aussie, Kerr and the Coolmore team have had a conversation and very generously Aussie's very generously given his slot to the Coolmore team. And so Mick and Michael have chosen to bring Public Attention over, which is very exciting for us.
Tell me how exciting it is for your family to be involved in this race. It must be such a thrill.
It is beyond our belief, really, to have thought that when the concept came about that we might even have a runner. So yes, it is incredibly exciting. It's amazing to be involved, not from just the conception to actually running in it on Saturday. So yeah, we're very excited regardless.
And quite fitting that it is for Coolmore because you've had a long association with them.
We have, and Coolmore and Tom Magna have been incredibly great supporters of New Zealand Bloodstock. The Vela family have been racing horses with Coolmore for many, many years. And so we're incredibly privileged to be able to race horses with them and to race horses here in New Zealand with them.
Victoria, best of luck on Saturday. Well done.
Lovely. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you, Victoria. All right, that leaves only one, John, and it is slot number 7, the TAB, and the race favourite, Evaporate. And we are going to get you to come forward and reveal the barrier for us. There's one more. It's just over here. And this is Chris Grace, who is among the ownership of Evaporate. Emily, one of the standout performers leading up to this race. Yeah, absolutely. We can't rob you of your opportunity to use the hammer on the stage and crack open an egg for us. There we go.
Second try gets it.
And it's the only barrier left, and of course it is barrier number 10 for Evaporate and the TAB.
Well done. All done. Last to be drawn. You bring such an exciting horse here to New Zealand. Last start in that weight for Age the Futurity, gosh, was a good run.
Yeah, look, he's been an incredible horse to be associated with. He's running some really big races, and it's been a lot of fun following him. I think the boys, they were pretty thrilled with his effort against Mr. Brightside, but, he's up against his own sex and age now with the 3-year-old, so we don't really know what we're coming up against. There's some brilliant horses out there this weekend, so see how we go.
When did the NZB Kiwi first come on the radar? When did that idea get floated around?
Yeah, I talked to JD the other day, and he said he had sort of penciled it in a little while ago. It was sort of something that they were really excited. They've sort of had experience with slot races before in Australia, but never sort of something that's sort of just 3-year-olds. And they really wanted to sort of come and support the New Zealand racing scene, really getting behind what NZB and Entain were sort of putting together. They've got a lot of really good clients out here in New Zealand, and they were pretty thrilled to be able to get a horse to bring across as the first sort of Hayes horse in New Zealand. So.
They took home our money at Te Rapa a couple of weeks ago, a month or so ago, so best of luck to you and the Evaporate team.
Thank you very much, it's a great thrill.
Good luck.
Great stuff. All right. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. 14 runners, 14 barriers. Emily, we're all set and done now. I think we might even get a final look at the full picture, the full barrier draw field for the NZB Kiwi. What do we make of it?
So this is what we saw. This is what unfolded in the past sort of 35 to 40 minutes. As you can see, the winners and losers, obviously Cambridge Stud's first dance in the inside draw. Public Attention draws right out in 14. There's some really nice horses and some good draws there. Just going to watch the markets, how they change and how that influences what is a really open 3-year-old race.
Absolutely. We're very much looking forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight. It has been fantastic to take a really important step towards the inaugural running of the NZB Kiwi. We're very much looking forward to seeing all of you on Saturday at Ellerslie for Barfoot and Thompson Champions Day and the inaugural running of the NZB Kiwi. On behalf of Emily and myself, thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrew and Emily. Well, Bruce Sherwin, I suppose first of all we've got to start with the obvious, and that is the two Aussie trained runners, the two favourites in the market, have been given a taste of Kiwi, haven't they? They are wide.
Visitors draws, yes. Not easy for them out there. They're going to need a little bit to go right for them early in terms of a race map.
So Public Attention 14, Evaporate 10. What else in this draw stands out for you?
Don't mind Pivotal 10 at gate 12. As I said earlier, on-speed horses, if she didn't break as well as they'd expected and got crossed, it could get really ugly. She can be moderate away and take her time to get over with that long run to the first corner. It maps out well for her. I don't think the map is quite as bad as it looks for Public Attention from 14. He's a go-forward horse, not on pace, but I think he probably follows Pivotal 10 across to sit outside the leader. The key part of the race is what do Perfumist and Sathito do? Horses that race close without leading, do they make those two outside horses work a little bit? I think the tempo's above average, which brings everyone into contention. We've seen a lot of slowly run races at Ellerslie. I think this will be at least even run, slightly above average. The big loser, I think, is a horse like Penman, drawn out. There's a lot of traffic under him. He's in trouble. I think you'll see him drift in the market. And the other big talking point out of the race is a number of these Wexford horses have been back of middle or middle. Are they going to be more positive from good gates? They've had a great barrier draw, that Wexford stable, the four of them.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've had a good night down here at the Hilton Hotel. Well, Jane has made her way downstairs, and I think she is catching up with some of the key players. Jane.
A very good question, Bruce, and we're going to put that to Andrew Scott. You've had a few minutes now to let the barrier draws settle in. They've done well. 3 for Checkmate, 4 for, of course, Sought After. You've got the other two side by side in Sathito and also Hanky Alpha in 6 and 7. What does that now mean for their race pattern?
Oh, look, I think the team at home will be really happy. Look, Checkmate getting a gate where he drew the outside, and he's drawn pretty much the outside in all gates. So just his way forward's a lot more simple for him, and he can be a little bit more prominent and just use that to turn the foot a wee bit more. And for the other three, draws are so important around Ellerslie. If you draw outside 10, you've either got to go all the way forward or all the way back, because it's so seldom you get good fortune. So, yeah, look, it just gives them a better chance. Sathito from that gate, well, she's got options, and with one or two of the better chances sort of drawing a little wider, it makes it a little harder for them. So, yeah, I think we've come away from the draw more than happy, with certainly with the draws that we've got. But, it just gives our horses that are not sort of in those first two favourites just a better chance of certainly being a lot more competitive. So, no, I think we've walked away from tonight very happy.
I know you'll probably go away over the next few days and have a think about the way the map is going to look, but are we going to see your horses a little bit more prominent?
Oh, with Sathito, that's just her style. She sort of rolls on forward. Hanky Alpha will be trying to use the gate there and be more prominent, and sort of none of these miracle runs, they just don't happen in these big races. And, Checkmate, yes, for sure, will be sort of first halving, and, Sought After, he's got to turn a foot, he'll be coming on, but they just get to put to sleep early in the run, and they can settle in, and just gives them so much more kick and finish in the end. So, no, look, it's been great fortune tonight, and hopefully we get a bit of luck on Saturday.
We spent some time with you last week. The stable was very open about the preparations of your 4 horses. How have they come on since then, and are you happy leading into the weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Sathito and Checkmate, the athletic horses, they weren't out for a lot this morning. It was very foggy. We couldn't see a lot, but experienced riders, Emily and Craig Grills there aboard, Emily Farr, and they couldn't have come back with more glowing reports. They just said they feel enormous under them. And Hanky Alpha has certainly improved a lot on training this morning. She's come up a certainly a notch or two, which he has to, but she wasn't far away there the other day. So, yeah, and sought after at home, he's done a ton of work. He missed the run, but we've kept it up on the track. And, you know, we're going in there quietly confident that all four are going to, you know, make a pretty bold showing.
Good luck for Saturday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jane, and thank you very much, Andrew, for giving up your time to chat to Jane. Bruce, they've got 4 runners in the race, the Wexford barn, in terms of training them anyway. Who do you think is the best of their runners?
On figures, very evenly aligned. Cethito's probably got the best black type record, but her figures are slightly inferior to a horse like Checkmate. The key for him is we get a race run at tempo and off good speed. We saw what he can do in January. Hanky Alpha off speed with a better gait. She's got an electric turn of foot. I don't think either of those 4 are out of this race. They've got a great hand in the race.
Well, the bookies are working hard to get a market for us. If we do get that before we are out of time, we will bring you a market. We've spoken about, for want of a better term, the losers out of the barrier draw. Who are the big winners out of this draw?
Perfumist, gate 7, follows good tempo, so she's in a great spot, the Australian filly. First stance, obviously, from gate 1 is probably 3 back the fence, following good tempo. But I think the big winner overall is the tempo of the race. It looks like good speed with a number of on-pace horses drawing out, having to work early. We get a genuinely run race, and the best horse should win.
Well, that's what we want, isn't it? That is what we want, the best horse to win. It is turning into, as you can see behind me, an absolutely stunning night down here in Auckland. And we can get back to Jane, and I believe you've got Kerry Spence standing by.
Well, I do have Kerry Spence with me, and look, it's been a wonderful evening this evening. Tell me, what has the build-up and everything been like for the team for this year's New Zealand Bloodstock Kiwi?
Oh, it's been incredible. What a fabulous concept, and we've got a really group of owners. I'd like to actually shout out, they're sort of like the forgotten group a little bit, especially the woman in it. So Peter Pesco's not here today, and then you've got Lynn and Raina Bonington and Peter and Christine Talienchich and the Markwood Lodge brothers and Terry and Jane Lyons, who are a big part of it as well. So, yeah, very appreciative of them.
In terms of the process, it's probably been a little bit up and down for the team, but have you enjoyed each step?
Yes, we definitely have. And, you know, we're all business people, so you've got to take the good knocks in some ways in there. We've always said we're going to enjoy the journey, and we got dealt with a bit of a knock, to be honest, excuse the pun, but we got a good replacement, and Roger and Robert were really good to deal with and was really quick to do the deal. We didn't have to muck around, and it was seamless. So thank you to Kingsley Lodge.
Are you looking forward to Saturday? Are you looking forward to getting out on track?
Definitely, and we're a fun bunch, and I tell you what, watch out, because anything could happen. Can't put it on the TV though.
Well, there's no doubt you were making more noise than anybody, but I guess that's what a concept like this brings out, a little bit of fun in racing, and it gives everybody something to talk about.
Well, I think it's wonderful because you got like Pivotal 10 in the South Island. I'm from Dunedin. We've got a good bunch of people. We've got Australia involved. I think it's only upwards and onwards, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity and the concept. So bring it on.
We appreciate your time. I hope you enjoy your rest of your evening and on to Saturday.
I certainly will. Thank you very much.
She's outstanding, isn't she, Kerry Spence? I dare to think what will happen at Ellerslie if Zormella manages to get up and win the NZB Kiwi. Alrighty, we don't have much time left, so here is what is coming up over the next few days as we build towards the massive day at Ellerslie, of course, and that is the inaugural day of Champions Day. Let's take a look at what is to come on trackside here. Champions Day preview tomorrow and on Thursday. That is with the Form team, Innovation and Tradition. That is the NZB Kiwi and, of course, as well, the Derby. Then on Thursday, they preview the rest of the Group 1s on Champions Day. On Friday, we've got the leg up. Then on Saturday, of course, it is the big one, the mail run, and Big Saturday, and, of course, trackside premieres coverage. Alrighty, Bruce, thank you very much. It's shaping up to be an absolutely cracking day on Saturday. Very much appreciate your time. The box seat is next. We cannot wait for Saturday. Let's bring it on.